You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
Well, power up, man. This is your boy Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. We live, folks. You know how it goes. And today we have a return guest, a big boss in our house, an independent comic publisher, a creator, a writer. I mean, my man is a legend. The last time he was here, he was talking about volume 1 of this very project. And guess what, folks? That's it. He's about to unleash upon the world, volume number 2, baby, of this, planned 6 book series. I cannot wait to introduce the man, the future myth, and the future legend over here, Mr. Patrick Coyle.
Hey, what's happening?
I'm chilling, homie. Thanks for coming back, brother. Wanted to talk to me and hang out with our fellow Crusaders and talk about the amazing Bixby Grant, baby, especially part number 2, book 2. Let's go, man. I can't wait. So, per usual, we need to know how you doing, brother. And for folks unfamiliar, how dare they not listen to the first episode of you back in October, number 372, folks. I made it easier, right?
Go back and listen.
372. Yeah. Get an introduction. But for those that may have missed that, just let them know where you're originally from.
Sure. Yeah. I live in central Massachusetts. I've been in Massachusetts now for 27, almost 30 years, I think. Wow. But I grew up in Connecticut and going to local shows, conventions. I don't know. I know, Al, you're not too far. You're in Connecticut, right?
Actually, I'm in Mass, southern Mass, but I'm right on the borderline of Connecticut.
Okay.
My movie studio is in Putnam, so if you ever want to hang out at the stomping ground, let's go.
Yeah, for sure. I would have come in person today, but it's just the schedule's been too crazy.
And the weather's not looking great. That's it. Someone has left us, man. And in Massachusetts, for those that don't understand, when it leaves like.
Oh yeah, it turns out a dime, right? So like a week ago it was 80, and now all the leaves are falling from the trees.
Yeah. I had to clean my car this morning. I was pissed, and it's 64 degrees. I'm like, holy shit! All right, here we go. But thank you for a nice summer. I expect a wonderful fall season out here.
Absolutely.
Especially with you creators out here, they're gonna be keeping us warm and home with wonderful stories. Especially like this particular book that we're gonna be talking about real soon, folks. Real soon. And listen, if you want to get teased, I mean, the project is live right now. So easily just go support the Kickstarter at BixbyGrant.com. But I'm also going to take you a visit and peruse the thing, that way you can see it all here, and pick my homie's brain and talk about this universe that you need to be diving into, especially this fall season. Holidays are coming up, folks. So, definitely these are beautiful gifts to give to the comic nerd in your life.
Absolutely. And it's spooky season. So in my comic has mummies and vampires and demons and all kinds of fun stuff. So it's perfect for fall, right?
There you go. You see what I'm saying? My man knows how to handle the business. And again, for the comic book lover, nerd, geek in your life, I mean, this is it. These are the perfect type of gifts to give those people. It's unique, it's different, it's not the regular blah, 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 big 2 stuff. You know what I mean? Come on. Put people onto new stuff. Blow their mind, yo. Let's go. All right, so... All right. So a Mass native, of course, and last time you were here, you were talking about volume 1. So talk about that experience on Kickstarter. How did that whole experience go? Did you get fully funded? And what lessons did you learn, if any, on that part?
Yeah, absolutely. So that was my second Kickstarter. So I did one in 2022 that was Bixby Grant volume. I mean, it was a standalone. It was a 72 pager. And that one funded in 12 hours. So for this one that came out, last fall, I thought, oh, no problem. This thing's going to be a piece of cake. And it took like 4 weeks to fund. So like I got a little cocky, and that was the first lesson I learned. Don't get cocky, right? Just because
humble.
Stay humble and hustle. You got to be out there hustling. Like I thought, I put all my hustle into the first one. This one, people will just come right along from the first one. And I did get a lot of repeat backers, which is awesome. I love my repeat backers.
Would you say this is true, that it should be the 3 H's? Stay humble, hustle, and hope.
I think that's right on. honestly, because like my current campaign is still, it's only a week old. It's doing really well, but like it's still not funded. So you got to keep hope alive, right? You gotta keep on hustling. That's why I'm here talking to you. I'm on social media every day, making sure, checking in, trying to catch a couple people who I know back the last one, but haven't done this one yet. Or
they not have back there. Come on, folks, part 2. You know, part 1 was fire.
That's right. Listen to Al, everybody.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Comic Crusaders the proof, man. I take that stuff seriously. I only want to touch the creators. I know got some good stuff for you guys out there. I know trash, like really good stuff. And again, he has a big plan here. So this is part of an epic journey here. That again, you could get new people involved and expand the fandom overall, especially in the indie scene. Which is these are the guys that are up and coming, folks. These are the guys we gotta start supporting. You know what I mean? The other guys already made it. And they're getting paid by the corporations now. Let's help these guys elevate.
Yeah, please. The one of the other lessons I learned was, there were a lot of repeat backers, but I didn't know what to expect in terms of like, you get friends and family when you do your first one who are like, yay, you've always talked about doing this. Now you're doing this. We'll help you. But then, they're not really comic readers. So are they going to
say when you sell chocolates when you were a kid, right?
Totally. 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
When your friends and family would buy, but that would be the only time they fucking buy.
Right. It's like when my kids were selling Girl Scout cookies, right? Like, of course, we're going to buy 10 boxes to help them get their numbers up, right? Mm-hmm. But after a while, like I'm gonna put on 10 pounds if I keep eating all these Girl Scout cookies. And so it's just not something I can do long term. So, and I don't blame anybody, right? So if I've got friends and family who are like, this was awesome one time, but I can't really be plunking down my money for this every time. Now that said, I do have some folks who, like I said, are repeat backers who are not friends and family, who are awesome. And then I do have some friends and family who are repeat backers, but there was a little attrition, right? So I lost, 25, 30 backers off that first one. In terms of total number of backers. Yeah. The amount I was looking to fund was a lot less because this is a 30-page book. The first one I did was a 72-page book. So the price points were a little different. So I didn't expect to make as much money because I wasn't asking for as much, right? So, there's all these little things like when you're making a comic, you're just like, hey, this is awesome. We're going to have a mummy and we're going to have vampires and we're going to draw this book and we're going to make it awesome. But the business stuff is not stuff that you really are thinking about during the creative process. So trying to figure out, all right, what are my margins going to be on a smaller book? How many people do I think are going to follow me? Those are all the things you kind of learn by just trial and error, honestly. So now that I'm on my third Kickstarter, but it's I know it's confusing. It's my third Kickstarter, but it's the second issue of Fangs Brimstone. I'm starting to see some patterns, right? So I know a little bit more to what to expect now that I'm doing my second 30-page book. I'm also starting to see which rewards kind of click with people, which rewards people are getting tired of, right? So people still like prints. So I've been working with a lot of freelance artists to come up with some really cool stuff.
Physical product. Don't be one of those guys. And we need the listen. You want your stuff to survive beyond digital. Again, that is controlled. I mean, you never know. It'll get wiped out in EMP, and then there it goes. The story never existed. Nah, man. With a physical copy, we have physical proof. Hey, this is a story. Look what Pat wrote like 30 years ago. Look at this. You know what I mean? Come on. I want to have it,
I mean, I certainly want it, right? So, and I do offer, just so people who are digital backers don't feel bad, in the comic, in the digital download, I do, if we hit the stretch goals that have prints, I do offer them to the digital backers as well, because I don't want to leave them out. Like they can't put them up on their wall or do whatever, obviously, without printing them out. But, everybody gets it. So like I don't want to.
I'm not sitting on digital either.
Oh no, me either. No, and I didn't take it that way. But I love clearly I love having the physical stuff. Right?
I see. I'm jealous. I need a rack like that in my life, bro.
Oh, it's the best. I love it. I got a whole bunch of stuff.
So look at this guy. Oh my god, stats, son.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yep. It's too full. I gotta start taking some stuff out. But right now I gotta get back. So I got Bixby Grant in camera. Here we go.
Yeah, love it. I gotta get this. I gotta get me one of those racks, man, because I got a shitload tree between new and old.
Yep.
I'm picking up the old school Conan Marvel run.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
I'm trying to finish the run, and I'm actually, I think at this point, based on the number of issues, I'm halfway there.
All right, that's impressive.
But I got the bookends, the most important, the first and the last.
Okay.
First Bellet, the death of Bellet.
Okay.
Sonia, both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I got a lot of the keys. And Johnny Hughes, the machine, thank you, hooked me up. I think you spoke to him before. He hooked me up with issue number 2. He found it in over there in the UK and sent it over to me. Like, whoa, what a brother, man. Much love, kiddos.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
I have friends everywhere, right? Hey, Al, you need this? Hey, fuck yeah, I do. But everybody needs this one. This Kickstarter right here. You know what? I think it's time, folks. I think it is gosh darn time to put this. Actually, let me do something else before I bring it.
All right.
I want to first show the covers off.
All right.
And then we can jump into that way. You could concentrate on the beautiful artistry of the covers. I know you have a video here. We're gonna put a video. Then we're gonna have a down the whole Kickstarter. All right, folks. So check it out. So talk to me about this. Oh no, wrong one. Bixby right here. Boom.
Bam.
There we go. Bam. Look at that beautiful cover, man.
Isn't that nice? The Gonzalo Martinez, who does the interior art, did the line art there, and Arthur Hesley, who also does the colors on the interior, did the colors for that. Arthur, so for those of you who don't know Gonzalo, he is a Chilean artist. He works mostly overseas. You
can find them.
So Geraldo Borges is an artist who works for DC. He's Geraldo? Okay. So he and his partner Claudio Alvarez, they have a company down in Brazil. I know Geraldo is in Brazil. I'm not sure where Claudio is, but they have a company called Artists Go, and they represent about 25 artists who live in South America. And so Geraldo is a friend of a friend, and they introduced me 3 years ago when I started looking for an artist, and they're like, "Hey, why don't you give Geraldo a shot?" Just chat him up. And so he, at the time, what was he working on? I can't remember, but he's like, go ahead, take a look at the portfolio. And so I started talking to a couple different people and seeing who was available and who might be a good fit. And, Gonzalo was one of the guys that I looked at, and I really love his clean style. He's a great storyteller. Like he's really good with action. He's really good with architecture and vehicles and stuff, which not is including me. I'm an artist. I suck at those things. So having somebody who's good at those, is fantastic. But so that's how I got hooked up with Gonzalo. Arthur also is kind of the in-house colorist for all the Artist Go guys. Yeah. He's also working for Marvel right now. He was doing Midnight Suns, a Ghost Rider series, I think, with the vampires.
The new John,
yeah. And he's also did Thunderbolts for a few issues, and he's just blowing up. He's awesome. So this is the cover they did. We have 3 covers. This is the main cover. The main cover is always by the interior artist, right? And then we have one pulp action variant usually. And then we have one called the Zombie Town variant, which I think we'll talk about in a minute.
But nobody gonna see it. Yeah. What? Are you serious? This one, you mean?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Well, I love it. From the world of Bixby Grant, we got this Zombie Town. Talk to me, bro. Fucking all right. Zombies, you already got me biting. You know what I mean? Like a fucking zombie. What we got?
So first of all, Megan Huang did this cover. She is awesome. I believe she's Canadian, but she does a lot of work for IDW and Marvel and DC. She's just fantastic. So she did this cover for us. Zombie Town is the backup story in each issue of Bixby Grant, Fangs and Brimstone. So the main story is 20 pages long. That's the Bixby Grant story. And then there's an 8-page backup that is also 6 parts. So that'll be in all the issues going through this series. And it's the story of this woman, Detective Maritza Ramirez, who is her father. She's a police detective. She was a supporting character in the first Bixby Grant story. And so now she is, her father was a legendary captain in the police force in Harbor City, which is where Bixby Grant takes place. And he went missing 20 years ago. So she's been investigating and trying to find out what happened to him. And now she's got a new lead after many years of no kind of new information, and it's taking her into the section of town called Zombie Town. So you know how every big city has like Little Tokyo and Chinatown and like the Italian district and that kind of thing. So there's a section of Harbor City that's called Zombie Town because about 20 years ago, 30 years ago, there was a zombie outbreak there. And rather than deal with it, they just kind of fenced it off and left everybody for dead, which was pretty scandalous at the time, and just nobody's ever dealt with it. So
it sounds like something that would happen today.
it kind of might, right? People just like, you know what? I don't really want to deal with it. It's going to be cheaper if we just fence it off and don't even speak of it again.
Yeah. Now, please don't become Costradamus and make this come true. You know what I mean? They're going to fence us off. They're going to be zombies.
Hey, no promises. No promises.
You know, and let me bring up that beautiful Kickstarter that we're talking about over here.
Awesome.
The amazingness of what is the project. You know what I mean? Because, you know, this is what it is, folks. Look at the project first off before we continue to go out to talk about it, baby. Let me put that link up again right there. Listen, first off, 139 backers. Yo, like a big old salute to you guys. Blast for supporting independent comics on that level. Yep. With 23 days to go, with a $4,700 goal, folks, we are at $2,756. Yo, we're almost there. Just another 2 racks, a little bit under 2 racks to go. Yep. Yo, let's make it happen, people. Listen, with 23 days to go, that's 7 weeks. That is 3 different Fridays. So one of you efforts is definitely getting paid. So don't be playing me, make it rain, whether it's this Friday or the next or the one thereafter. There is more than enough time. So just make it happen and support. Look, the link is so easy to support the Kickstarter, folks. That it's BixbyGrant.com. How simple. Yep. How simple. You go over there, and then I'm gonna show you off the video, of course. Okay. Let me dig into that, and then we're gonna jump right into the whole project. All right, check it out, folks.
In Harbor City, a town where you never know what awaits you in the darkened alleyways. Okay, hold on. This is hard. It's hard on the throat. Sorry, I thought I could do it. Fine, next time I'll hire the voiceover guy. Get off my hey. Where was I? Tensions in Harbor City are running high. A series of cult killings has ripped through the town, and the mayor thinks the supernatural citizens of the city are to blame, which makes every monster in city limits a suspect, including our hero, Bixby Grant, Private Eye. Guess what, mummy chums? It's me, Patrick Coyle, creator of your favorite mummy detective. I'm back, and Bix is back, thanks to you. Yep, you, and you, and you. Heck, all y'all beautiful people. This is our 3rd Kickstarter campaign, made possible by all of you supporters out there. Your support made our first 2 campaigns a big success, and we're grateful to be back again. For any of you new folks, here's the quick pitch. Bixby Grant is Hellboy meets the Spirit with a sprinkle of Batman the Animated Series. Bixby Grant is a hard-drinking, chain-smoking, gun-toting mummy detective who'd rather just be left alone to stew in his own misery. But in Fangs and Brimstone, Bix encounters a rockabilly vampire, a poltergeist, and a series of cult killings that might be connected to Bix's own brother, going back over 100 years. In this 2nd issue, Bix dodges the cops, seeks help from old friends, and shakes down a cat burglar to try and solve this case before another body turns up. But will Bix's personal history with the murder weapon cause him to push things too far, igniting the powder keg that is Harbor City? You'll have to read and see. If you back this campaign, you'll get a 30-page comic that features a 20-page Bixby Grant story with artwork by the returning art team of Gonzalo Martinez and Arthur Hesley, who continue to make this comic look amazing. And you'll get part 2 of the 8-page backup story, Zombie Town, featuring the fantastic artwork of Gonzalo Ruggieri. This issue sees Detective Ramirez face the horrors that lurk beneath Harbor City in the dark tunnels of the sewer system. And as always, we have some sweet variant covers. We have our standard cover by interior artist Gonzalo Martinez with Arthur Hesley on colors. We have a variant from Image and Dark Horse artist Dean Kotz. And a Zombie Town variant cover from Star Wars and Star Trek cover artist Megan Huang. And for stretch goals, we've got some new stickers, digital wallpaper, a PDF of the script, a new case file, and all new mini prints by Edison Neo, Russell Mark Olson, and Julia Whitmire. So take a look at the options we have available for this campaign, and please consider supporting this latest Bixby Grant adventure. We appreciate your support. I almost had it. Yeah, God.
It sounds you sounded like every time I smoke some good stuff, you know what I mean? The things that happen, folks, things that happen. Wow, does that not sound amazing, folks? Come on. What?
Come on.
Digging in, because that second cover I did not see. Wait a minute. Look at the character designs. I mean, look how cool.
Isn't that nice?
How cool is this? This reminds me of the old school, like remember the Marvel Universe guidebooks, but the ones that you could actually buy the pages to put in a binder.
Oh, yeah.
You remember those? They were
actually
side by side like that. Like it looked really cool, like a real file breakdown. You felt like, yo, what villain are we gonna research today? You really felt like you were like had some info on them.
Totally.
Anytime I find those in the sealed pack, I buy one. I just buy it.
Can you still find them?
Yeah, you can. Still sealed, luckily.
Ooh, nice.
And dude, one day I just didn't have the cash on me. The dude had the whole Marvel Universe, but in like little book size. I never seen that before.
Really?
Yeah, and really fat too. Like,
okay.
And it was the whole run. I was like, oh shit. I didn't have enough that day. Like, ooh, man, I'm gonna miss out. And he goes, the owner's not here, so I can't really haggle. Shut up, dude. Yes, you can. Call him. Oh, God damn it.
That's too bad.
Yeah, but good stuff. I love this stuff. Look at these designs, yo. Yo, Rocket Billy for sure. That's how my brother would want to be dressing like and shit.
Yeah, I wish I could dress like that. I can't pull it off.
I mean, well, you know what it is out here, but we're getting older, it's getting shorter.
That's true.
I mean, but look at it into your art, folks. Look at this panel work. Look at that lettering. Look at that coloring. Like, holy shit! But talk about this team, bro, for this second edition of the book. I mean, it's second issue. I mean, look how beautiful. I mean, it has remained the same team from 1 to 2.
It has. Yep. I've been doing the lettering. I'm a designer.
Hey, boss level, bro. Boss level, man. Take that out. Wonderful job.
The first graphic novel that we did was actually lettered by Steve Wands, who does a lot of work for DC. But for Fangs and Brimstone, I've been doing the lettering for both issues. I also do the trade design and all the book design work. So
nice.
But Arthur and Gonzalo and Heather, of course, Heather Antos, our editor, we've been now working together for 2.5 years. And I think
Heather Antos, she's been on the game for a minute too, man. I would love to talk to her one day just to see her experience in the industry, man, because she's definitely touched upon so many books, dude. Boss.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's still over at IDW, but she works on some stuff on the side, including, lucky for me, Bixby Grant. So we've got a pretty tight team, and we've kind of, I think we've gelled with one another over the last couple of years. And so, not to brag too much or flex too hard, but I think it looks pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good. Look, it's gorgeous. I mean, again, look at this. Look at this example here, right? Bang, you got the action, you got that scene, but then just the way that everything breaks down. This is cinematic. It's like with the sound effects of the lettering and all, like you're hearing this. You're there in that moment. It's eye candy. Well, with the artistry, the hand movement, everything is so well done. It's really eye candy. It's really pleasing. The coloring again also well done. So nothing distracts. It's like you're in it. This page when they were really on the zone doing this shit right here.
Yeah, thank you. It's very nice of you to say. I think it came out really well.
It did. Again, but it's small things, but I mean, again, shows what a skill level on some really shit. You can 100%. Really hear the jiggle of them that really clicking on that shit. You know what I mean? Really dope. It reminds me of that Seinfeld episode. How many locks he had and shit.
Yeah.
Look at this. Oh my fucking God. If you open that door and I see a flying dog with bat wings, I'm out, bro. I'm out. Who the hell just? I mean, I give him credit, man. That's balls, bro. Oh, and then grandma is gonna try to blast your head off on top of that. Yo, I had an auntie that looked like that. Let me tell you.
Is that right?
Yo, that's my word. Yeah. So who is this lady? Is she really that like crazy? What's going on here?
Her name is Mo. She's an old friend of Bix's that we haven't met before. And that dog, his name is Shep. He's a demon dog. He's like a bulldog with like little demon wings. And the two of them they're kind of in charge of this thing called the Vault, which we're just learning for the first time in this issue what that is. And I don't want to give it away too much, but
it's definitely not the weed spot in Webster.
No. But yeah, we're starting to kind of open up and find out a little bit more about Bix's world and kind of what he deals with on a day-to-day basis here. Because really, all we got in the first issue of this one was him investigating at the warehouse. And in the original graphic novel was really just him in his office and then investigating too. So we're starting to kind of flesh out the places that he goes and the people he knows.
Excellent. It's again beautiful. And you see how the panels change from page to page. You see that eye candy. I mean, the overlay here on those panels, nice old school. Even there. Then you got this. Then you go like this. I mean, all widescreen angles.
Right.
Then you kind of break down again. It's more, traditional, but not really, because again, it's very different. You know what I mean? Yep. You go from the widescreen to like the modern view or cell phone view. You know what I mean? It's
totally.
Love this. It's candy. It's really fucking eye candy. If people don't appreciate these small things, but this for me is what makes comics special, man.
I agree. Yeah, Gonzalo's really good at getting different angles and different perspectives on things that I wouldn't have thought of. I don't put that stuff in the script unless it's very specific to the story. Like he's the one who comes up with looking over somebody's shoulder, or if it's going to be like a bird's eye view or a widescreen or any of that kind of stuff. So he nails it.
Yeah, man. And talk about now the other story here, the backup story, and then just a little preview right here. Yep. Also, I mean, look at this. Look at this panel work here.
Yeah, this is a different artist. His name is Gonzalo Ruggieri. He's done some work for Image and a couple other Kickstarter projects that I'm aware of. He's also from South America, and I feel horrible that I can't remember exactly where, but I came across his work a couple of years ago. And it's a very different style, obviously, than Gonzalo Martinez, but I wanted a little something spookier, a little something more kind of haunting, right? So because this one is supposed to be a little supposed to be scarier, and he's got this really nice kind of ink wash and watercolor style that I think lends itself to the story very nicely.
And who's doing the lettering on this? Is that also yourself?
That is also me. Yep.
Damn, look at it. I like that clank right there. All
right. So to be fair, that lettering and the Access 1103, that was actually done in the artwork. And then I'm doing the speech bubbles. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, he did great there. I love the art.
Isn't that beautiful?
This is beautiful. This is a t-shirt right here, bro.
I know. I love that panel. I want to get a poster just of that.
It stands out. It really does. Like, really shows his artistry overall.
I love the uplighting of her face from the lantern inside is really cool.
Absolutely. And then, you got to cut it yourself because the lettering does not at all disturb the artistry. You know what I mean? Behind
thank you.
You did good at making sure, like, yo, let me not disturb this shit. You picked the right spots to put the lettering. You know what I mean? Like,
thank you. I appreciate that.
Look at people, all this shit is really a skill. Like, yo, y'all people, lettering is. Listen. Without them, obviously we can't read it. Right?
It's true. But there's Nate Piekos, who's a letterer. He does like Hellboy and BPRD and a whole bunch of stuff. Umbrella Academy, and that's Clem Robbins. Anyways, Nate Piekos is a really well-known letterer, has been for a long time, and he says, lettering is design, which is 100% true. And you just have to know, like you said, how to stay out of the way, right? Like it's lettering should be most of the time kind of like a film score in that you don't notice it and it kind of enhances without getting in the way.
Yeah. Preach, brother, preach.
Yeah.
See, letterers, we showing you man love today. It's like, yo. talking shit. I said, somebody out there getting mad. Like, no, we love you guys. You know what I mean? But I understand. So here, we're celebrating, all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And look at that's a freak. That really like a rat that you find in New York.
No.
Some real shit. I mean, my mother was telling me she's a super in the building where we grew up, and and she handles all the buildings as well. And she said that one day, Alex, oh my God, you had to see, like, this rat must have weighed 10 pounds, with the size of a cat, son. A cat. She thought it was a dead cat at first, and then she got close and started screaming like a maniac. And the whole neighborhood, what the hell's going on? Some dude has to be like, I really don't want to do this.
Oh, so creepy. I lived in Manhattan for like 3 years.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, it was fun. I was young.
It's fun. I would never say that it's not fun, but it's like, but living the life experience sometimes like a little bit too stressful, and like, that's where I got my white hairs, folks. Come on now.
Yeah, but like you said, you just see, if you're walking alone on the east side, at 2 a.m, you're gonna see some dog-sized rats.
Oh yeah. I was walking in Queens one day, leaving my apartment, and there was this young gentleman, really big dude as well, that walking way ahead of me. And I saw this rat running from across the street. I said, oh my God, it's going towards him. So it goes over his sneakers. Yeah. This man had a scream queen scream. I was and jumped, man. Let me tell you, I don't know. He must have been a basketball because he had some jump. And then what's the first thing people do when they do something like that? Look around, right? Then he looks at me and just laughs. Like, did you see that shit? Yes, you're not bugging. I got you. Now, you happen to mention Hellboy a couple of times. Are you a Hellboy?
Yeah. Love Hellboy.
All right. So I have a question. Are you looking forward to the new film?
You know what? I am. I think the trailer looks good.
I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
I want to, please DM me after you watch it.
All right.
I got to see it.
Oh, really?
And it is not a superhero film on any fucking level.
No.
It is a horror movie.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. It's like, Hellboy's there, but it's a fucking horror movie. He's doing his thing, but it's a horror movie. Like, crazy shit. There's a side story and all, but it's fun. I enjoyed it for what it is. It's Hellboy's different. Yes, I have to get used to it not being Ron Perlman, but but it's okay. He did good. What I'll say is that the guy's approach, and I'm going to tell you this.
All right. I
want you to tell me if you see it too.
All right.
He has a very Stallone-ish approach to the Hellboy character.
Really interesting.
And in my opinion, when you watch it, let me know if you feel the same. There was just something that was so Stallone-ish to me. I was like, and I was there with my middle brother D Black from P3 Podcast, and he was like, I agree, Al. I see it. All right, but so I wonder if somebody else sees it.
I'll keep an eye out for it. Was it the voice? Was he like, hey, yo?
I mean, a couple of times. He was very, he was definitely a street level Hellboy. You know what I mean?
All right.
Different. He's not Ron Perlman. You know?
Well, who is? Nobody is.
Yeah. And then I'm looking at him. Is he smoking joints or cigarettes? Is he hallucinating? Anyway.
He probably rolls his own, I would guess.
Yeah. He was. Let me tell you. But this book, bro, there's this stuff we gotta get. Look at the variants. Okay, I didn't have this picture. Yo, this fucking cover looks amazing, yo.
Isn't it awesome? Yeah, Dean Kotz did this. He's done a bunch of work. He's done The Butcher of Paris, which is based on a true story. There was a serial killer during the time that the Nazis occupied Paris.
So during World War II, there was motherfuckers that wanted to be serial killers at the same time.
Yep.
Adding to the stress.
Yep.
Motherfuckers, bro.
I know, right? It's like you can't pick some other time when there's some stuff going on.
But aside, really, this is dope, man.
Yeah, and he's done a bunch of other work for Image and a couple other Dark Horse projects too. But I met him at a convention last year, and I was just like, "Hey, you want to do a variant cover for me?" And he was totally down. So I love the way he did the colors on this as well.
Talk to me about the approach. There's things that a lot of indie creators don't know how to do it, especially when they see an artist that they maybe like or admire, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that approach that you took with. How did you approach him to ask him about this? Just for those that don't know, like, you know, give him a little advice over here. What was the Coyle approach?
Okay. So I had my comic with me, right? So that I could, if I was going to talk to anybody, I wanted to be able to show them that I'm not just some schmo, right? Like I've actually got a book. I actually produced it. It's actually of a decent quality. Because most people, when you walk up to them, like, hey, will you work on my comic? They're like, yeah, sure, buddy. You know, but like if they never heard of you, like why would they even trust you? So I had my book with me. I had a little bit of a spiel. It took me talking to a couple of people to really get my rap down, right? To have the pitch ready. But by the time I got to Dean, you know, I was looking at his work, and to be honest, I didn't know his name, but I was familiar with some of the things he had worked on. So I just chit-chatted with him for a couple minutes while it was slow. And I asked him, you know, what's he working on now? He was also doing a commission. You know, a lot of artists are doing commissions while they're at a show. So like, don't get in their face. Don't get too personal. Just say, you know, I really like your stuff. And I also happen to notice that a lot of his work tended to be on horror stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, that seems like a natural fit. And I asked him, like, are you open for commissions, or would you be interested in doing a pinup or a variant cover? And he said, absolutely. And I said, well, this is my book. And I let him flip through it for a minute so he could see that I was serious, and then I'm doing something that's real. And then we exchanged cards. And I, you know, you don't talk money at the show unless they bring it up.
Cards are important still to this day, correct?
What's that?
Cards, right?
They are. Absolutely.
I want people to understand this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, listen, physical media still matters. Like, yo, who cares if you tap? What if they lose their fucking phone? They just lost their contact.
Yep. Well, I also use it like when I come home from a show and I've got a stack of cards. That's my to-do list, right? I put that next to my laptop, and I'm like, okay, I got to get back to this person. I got to get back to her.
You know what you got to do? Get a business card scanner.
Yeah.
And bro, let me tell you, it's just, yo, you know, Rolodex it. But you know, but you get your shit together on contact wise, and it's crazy, yo. On some new shit, like cards matter, folks. I still print those cards too because
100%.
Yeah, yo, it's some good shit. And again, mine's are dope, man. I don't know about yours, but my fucking cards are effing gorgeous. All right, Patrick. All right, everybody, we're about to have a card off over here.
I can't find my card. I can't find it. I think it's in the other room.
I mean, look how pretty this thing is.
Ooh.
Right?
Nice.
People understand that you also got to use your real estate.
Yep. Beautiful. Look at that. I was just going to say, throw a QR code on there.
I got both with both websites, follow, and all the websites, you know, check it out.
Perfect.
With my, you know, two of my mascots, you know what I mean? So
yeah. Perfect.
That's how you do cards, folks. You know, easy, very simple. Show that love to your business, you know, make sure people contact you, all of that. You know, and talking about, like, you know, getting things done over here. Most important, folks. This guy has two $1 awards over here. So first, you can do without a reward because you're nice. You want to spend $1, you don't give a shit. You know what I mean? You can't buy coffee for $1 nowadays anyway. So when I spend $1 just to help us. But available rewards, you know, digital indie comics bundle starting on $1. What is this?
So we've got 5 PDFs of some other digital comics from people that I've met through the Kickstarter community. And that people that we've, you know, kind of, you know, when you back a Kickstarter, like at the end of an update, they'll say, hey, you might also want to check out these other folks.
Of course.
So these are some people that I've been in touch with over the last couple of campaigns and stayed in touch with online, on Facebook, etc. And so every time I do a campaign, I reach out and I say, hey, does anybody have something they want to show for free? Because it's, you know, if you've got 5 comics, show one for free to get people to then, you know, maybe back your next campaign.
Let them know who you
the rest of them. Right.
Don't remain anonymous. Do something like that. Attract that attention.
Exactly. Give them a first taste for free, right? And then hopefully you're pulling in.
Drug dealer, black man. Where you from again?
From the mean streets of Hartford, Connecticut.
Holy shit, bro! Let me tell you, he was a thug back in the 90s. Let me tell you. All right.
So yeah, I mean, pretty much everybody, no matter which level this level and higher for rewards, you will get the indie bundle. So you'll get some free comics basically to go along with whatever tier you buy Fangs and Brimstone at.
Yeah, and then when you go look at $5, you get the digital edition of this beautiful book. I mean, I already showed you a sample, folks. I mean, you gotta want this, but you don't want to give that to your nerd fan. You don't want to give them digital. You want to give them that when you can smell the ink.
Oh yeah, I love that smell.
Listen, right there, cover A started at $15, folks. Again, this is something that's awesome. You're getting a little more other rewards, especially when it gets funded.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So there's gonna be tons of add-ons, I'm sure. You know, we're gonna be covered. And then I mean, look at this digital catch-up for 18. Yep. I mean, 1 and 2. I mean, all these covers. Then you got the Pope Action right there, that beautiful cover that we were just showing, you know, for $20. We got the Zombie Town variant also for $20. I mean, variants, man, you know what it is. All
Absolutely.
Right? Then you got a print catch up. This is how you support indie. And now this for me is one of the best gifts you could probably give someone, either for the Halloween, for your Christmas, you know, for Thanksgiving. You're like, listen, we eat too much. Maybe give me something to brain with. You know what I mean? Feed them brain food over here with some Bixby Grant. You know, at $50 in print, so they can smell the ink and get high. You know what I mean? Because apparently, the way he's moving these books, he sounded like I just did. Gave him the first one for free.
That's right. First taste is always free.
Hey, wait! I love this shit. That's my homie right here. I'm digging the homie right here. So all 3 covers, they $5, $50, right? All covers from all books, save $20 for $1.50. I mean, look at that! What a collection to have there. Again, beautiful gift for
totally.
I'm saying, people, I mean, get her done. These are the early birds, but these are all gone. These are all the things that you missed out because you weren't paying attention, folks. You could have early book with a free poster for $15, but now you missed out.
Yeah, we took Dean's cover and blew it up to a 20 by 30 fold out poster.
Y'all messed up, man. Whoever got in on that, good on you. You know what I mean?
I'll send you one, Al. How about that?
Oh, yeah, please. I'll put that on my wall. Absolutely.
I'll send you one.
I will make that eye candy on the wall. I have this whole wall over there, and I will make sure that people know it exists there.
Sweet. Let's do it.
And then look at this right here on the early bird. You also missed all 3 covers. You could have saved $20. Everybody, $20.
Yep.
Get all 3 covers for $35. Damn. You missed on that because you weren't paying attention. But you better be paying attention now. That link is below, and not just during the show. It's also in the show notes.
Woohoo!
So I make it easy for you to get your click on like George Jetson and make it happen. And then click away. Yeah, am I dating myself with the Jetsons? If you know what the Jetsons is, please look that up on YouTube, you youngins. All right. It told the future. We're getting there. We're getting there.
We're close.
I don't have my Rosie yet, but she yes, I'm dating myself, folks. But of course, let me say something though. A big thank you to Muslim Mazar from Don'tHidePR.com for connecting us. You know what I mean? This time around.
What's up, Melissa?
Project, yeah, yo, Mel's the boss. And let me tell you that if you are a comic book creator, you need help in promoting your book. Yeah, I don't spell that wrong. This is what happens when you smoke weed before this. You know, when he tells you the first one is for free, he ain't playing.
Nah.
I'm joking. All right, but listen, I mean, this is the big boss. The project is live now, man. You can follow Patrick over. I will try this link tree, so I just made it easy. You can find everything there, including the Kickstarter.
Yep.
All his socials and everything. But the key here, folks, today is this: BixbyGrant.com. Visit that, support this amazing project that is live right now on Kickstarter, folks. Let me show you again where we at, folks. Look at this. We're at 27. Let me refresh. Did anybody contribute? Come on, guys. Don't be cheap. Don't be cheap, man. You gotta want to show me look good. Come on, man. I want to help our creators out here. This still the 26.
That's all right. It's just Monday.
Next 2 minutes before. Listen, I'm gonna ask him 2 more questions. Can somebody add a little something? So come on, make it happen. During the show, it'll be fun. All right, I'm gonna put it back. It has not really disappeared. I'm gonna check it out. There we go. So Pat, all right. So last 2 questions here. First up is conventions. We're winding down the year. Are you making any appearances anywhere where we could meet you, get some signed copies of some of the books and whatnot? What's popping?
I will not be for the rest of this year, but I'm planning my spring shows. So if you go to the Linktree link that you followed and that you showed and follow me on social.
You mean that one right there below?
Bam, that's the one.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to do some shows in the spring, but this fall has just gotten too busy and I haven't been able to hit up any shows. I did a couple this past summer, but none currently on the schedule.
What was the best experience in the conventions this year for you that you would definitely go back
to? Let's see. Where did I hit up? So actually the best thing, and it wasn't really a convention, it was kind of a mini convention. So That's Entertainment is the comic book shop here in Worcester.
Oh, I know that. Yeah,
awesome.
Man.
Yeah. So they did a free comic book day kind of party, basically, where they had
you were there. Oh, shit.
Yeah, they had a bunch of creators come, and I was doing sketches for people and selling books, and it was really awesome. Like,
you gotta tell me this stuff, man. Listen, I'm your media partner. I'm gonna put this on air. I don't really tell people this behind the scene, but I'm your media partner. Like, if you need help promoting any type of event you do, I Comic Crusaders is here for independent creators of all kinds, with comic books, music, film, anything and everything. Let's go, man. Because again, it takes a community not just to raise a kid, but also to build these amazing projects that are the future of our entertainment. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I'll hit you up next time.
Yeah, you better, bro. Don't mess around. There's your home. All right. Again, all right. Folks, please follow my man Patrick all over those link trees again. All right. It's very important in the project. I'm gonna keep this link for the next question now. So pieces of advice that you would give people. Now, this is your third project. We're almost there. Like, what would you tell people, right now, just in regard to pushing a crowdfunding project?
If you've never done a crowdfunding project before, just expect that it's a lot of work. So it's a lot of work just to get the campaign, just the page that we just looked at, get all those graphics in there and your descriptions ahead of time. Like, that's a ton of work. But then you've also got all the kind of prep work to get your campaign to launch. So, which is, you got to make people aware that it's about to happen, not just when it's live, but like a month to 2 weeks ahead. Really get out there, get on your social media, start posting stuff, say, hey, it's coming 2 days, 1 day, tomorrow it launches. Like, really get people to get to your site and hit the notify me button on there, because that also helps Kickstarter promote it. If they know a lot of people are waiting for your stuff, they're gonna move you up in the algorithm on Kickstarter.
And it kind of hits, that level that you happen to reach. Let me present that again. All the people, how dare you guys? Now, that Kickstarter project we love.
Yes. Yep.
It's amazing right there, brother. Look how great that is, folks. I mean, when you got that notification, how does that work? Do you get a notification or something? How does that work?
Yes. So I don't know exactly what the secret sauce is of how they determine what gets it. I know that you can ask for it and be like, hey, you can like shoot them an email. There is somebody who, I believe his name is Sam and his last name escapes me, who works at Kickstarter, who's like the liaison just for comics. And so if you hit them up, and kind of make them aware of you, and then they take a look at your project and they really dig it, they'll give you that label. Because not only is it good for you, it's also good for them, because they know you're going to go out and say, hey, look what we got from Kickstarter, and that's going to bring more people to their site.
For as many Kickstarters as I covered, I had gone once when I lived in New York to a Kickstarter event at their office when they were at the Lower East Side in New York.
Okay.
Now, funnily enough, they moved from there to a different spot. My hometown of Greenpoint, Brooklyn, where I grew up. So yeah, hopefully I'll get to see the new office eventually, because Kickstarter guys, like, yo, I'm the #1 crowdfunding guy in Good Pods right now. All right, let's go. To show off people like this that I have projects on your platform. How awesome is that? All right. I don't even talk for this, because I just love this. Like, you guys are, storytellers. You guys keep us entertained. You take us away from the world sometimes, from the craziness that's going on. Because the world isn't absolutely nuts right now.
Oh yeah.
nice to that when we have a creator like yourself that has a story that doesn't touch on real world narratives. Instead, it's like, yo, here's some fucking wild fantasy / horror, noir, bugged out, fun story. And thank you for that. Because, you know, I think that's also important. And sometimes, I know it's important to think about the things that are going on, but sometimes that we need our brain to rest so that way we could actually absorb it and have, you know, not positive thought. I mean, real good thought behind that. Not just some empty rhetoric, but, you know, something hopefully of value. Because words are right, and you know that is a right. You know what I mean? So, yo, Pat, yo, you are the man. I know we said like almost 30 minutes, but we're almost here 50.
Yeah, look at that.
It's just your energy, bro. And the project, it's an exciting project. So, one last time, please check out the Kickstarter, BixbyGrant.com. Check out my big homie over here on the link trio, right? It's Patrick M. Coyle. You know, M is for Magneto. I think.
That's right. It's my birth name, Patrick Magneto.
All right, and of course, I got my homie at don'tipr.com. If you are a comic book creator that's looking to promote your project out there, all right, you know what it is. So thank you, everybody that was tuning in today for this Comic Crusaders podcast. Yo, much love, much respect. I appreciate you. Check everything out. That's Comic Crusaders, comiccrusaders.com, all over the socials except YouTube, which is Comic Crusaders World. And with that, I'm Al Mega with the amazing Patrick M. Magneto Coyle. Hasta la próxima. ¡Wepa!
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.